What if I told you that a single, simple tax could reshape entire economies, revive dying industries, and even alter global politics as we know it? It's not a fantasy, it's happening right now. Welcome to the world of tariffs, one of the most powerful and controversial tools in modern economics. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see why tariffs could define the next era of global power. Tariffs sound boring. A tax on imports. That's it, right? Not even close. At their core, tariffs are strategic weapons, designed to tilt the playing field of the global economy. When a country places a tariff on foreign goods, it's making those goods more expensive. The goal? To encourage people to buy locally produced alternatives. This strategy isn't new. Countries have used tariffs for centuries to protect their emerging industries from foreign giants. Think back to the early days of America. After gaining independence, the U.S. government, led by visionaries like Alexander Hamilton, used tariffs to protect young American manufacturers from the industrial might of Britain. The formula was simple: tariffs right-pointing arrow domestic growth right-pointing arrow economic power. It worked then. Could it work again now? For much of its early history, America loved tariffs. In the 19th century, tariffs funded the entire federal government. There was no income tax back then. Tariffs paid for everything from infrastructure to national defense. But after World War II, America changed course. It led the push for global free trade, helping to create institutions like the WTO and lowering tariffs worldwide. For decades, globalization was king. American companies offshored production to chase cheap labor. Consumers benefited with cheaper goods. But at what cost? Manufacturing towns across America were hollowed out. Factories closed. Middle-class jobs vanished. By the early 2000s, the pain was impossible to ignore. Then came a political earthquake. In 2016, Donald Trump ran for president on a message few mainstream politicians dared to voice. Globalization had failed ordinary Americans. Once in office, Trump slapped tariffs on billions of dollars worth of goods, targeting China, Mexico, Canada, and Europe. The goal? Bring back jobs, punish unfair trade practices, and reassert American industrial strength. Joe Biden, despite representing a different political party, didn't fully reverse these moves. In fact, he expanded them, imposing new tariffs on steel, semiconductors, and electric vehicles, all critical sectors for America's economic and national security future. Tariffs aren't just about money anymore. They're being wielded as blunt force tools of foreign policy and national defense. Under legal frameworks like Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act and the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, U.S. presidents can raise tariffs if national interests are deemed to be at risk. This power has been used in ways that would have seemed unimaginable a few decades ago. Tariffs against Mexico, not for trade violations, but to pressure immigration policy. Tariffs against China, to combat domination of critical industries like steel and rare earth minerals. Even threats of tariffs against European allies, in disputes over issues as unexpected as Greenland's political status. Tariffs are no longer just economic levers. They are political weapons, in a world growing more fragmented by the day. Supporters of tariffs argue, protect domestic jobs. By making imported goods more expensive, domestic producers get a fair chance to compete. Build national strength. Strong manufacturing equals a strong nation, capable of independent action. Secure supply chains. COVID-19 revealed how fragile global supply lines are. Tariffs help bring critical production home. Critics of tariffs warn, higher prices for everyone. Tariffs are taxes, and ultimately, consumers bear the cost. Retaliation risks. Other countries don't sit still. They strike back with their own tariffs, hurting exporters and farmers. International tensions. Tariff wars strain alliances and global cooperation. Real-world example. After Trump imposed tariffs on imported washing machines in 2018, prices for washers in the U.S. jumped by more than 12%. Consumers, not foreign companies, paid the price. Here's the hard truth. Tariffs can protect industries, but they can't guarantee success. If all a country does is raise tariffs without investing in worker retraining, technological innovation, R&D development, supply chain modernization, then tariffs become a crutch, not a cure. History offers a sobering lesson. In the 1930s, America passed the infamous Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, dramatically raising import duties. The result? Global trade collapsed. Retaliations spiraled out of control. The Great Depression deepened worldwide. Tariffs must be part of a broader economic vision, not a standalone fix. We are living through the birth of a new economic era. For decades, globalization was seen as inevitable. Now, nations are reasserting control over their economic destinies. From Washington to Brussels to Beijing, the message is clear: economic security is national security. The coming decades will likely see more tariffs, more trade wars, more decoupling of economies, especially between the US and China. In this new world, tariffs will be as much about politics and power as they are about dollars and cents. The question is no longer whether tariffs are good or bad. The question is, who will wield them better? Tariffs, simple taxes on goods, have the power to build nations, or break them. Understanding them means understanding the battles shaping our future. If you want to keep exploring how economics drives the world around us, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because in this new era, knowledge isn't just power, it's survival.